What's up, everyone? Twin City Sports Talk back with you again. You got Bruce Kramer, Trevor Kramer today. Full episode. We got a lot of good content today. We're going to be getting to all the Minnesota Twins top 30 prospects briefly and going over each one, the future with them, how we think they will perform maybe this next year and in the future. First, we're going to go through the Wild's huge win last night against the Washington Capitals. They just keep rolling. And then we're going to preview the Wolves and Grizzlies game tonight. But Trevor, you have any other plans for today or what?
Just working in a little bit after this, so nothing too crazy.
Okay, perfect. Last night, Wild at Grand Casino Arena just took it to the Washington Capitals. Did you get to watch the whole game, Trev? Or
Oh yeah. I just watched it after the recording, and I'm glad I didn't watch the YouTube highlights because a couple things I forgot. Duhaime. It's always kind of fun watching any former players that you kind of enjoyed watching. Because you could tell, was it like halfway through the second where he's getting chippy?
Yeah, he was.
Jones, is it Ben Jones? I'm blanking on his first name. And I don't even think Jones fights either. But clearly, I think he was
an aggressor last night.
To hopefully get like Hartman, Trennan, Foligno involved. But obviously, Rob played it smart. No need to give them any energy because we're all over them. Ovechkin, like when I made my prediction, which I'm sure we'll get into here later. Man, they did a great job taking Ovi away, literally like covering him like it's man coverage in basketball. So complete.
Ovi has definitely switched up his game though too. He's always been like his whole career. He's been looking for the shots, and he's been in that slot like one timer locate or spot on the left side there. But now he's in front of the net trying to get some scrambling pucks, rebounds, and stuff like that. He's switched up a lot. Like he gets dirty at the. I mean, how old is he? What age? He's like
30s, maybe
39. Yeah. Either way, but he's in front of that, getting dirty with all these younger guys. Gotta respect it. I mean, he hasn't slowed down at all. He's still playing at a great level. So
the Wild suffocated him about as good as you possibly can. It's kind of like how Ant gets guarded.
Yeah, exactly.
Or denying him full court.
Yeah, right. That's completely true. Trevor mentioned our predictions. We're gonna get to that right now. We had a full show yesterday, so all of us made predictions, including Jack, who is not on here. But you can see here kind of our standings. Wild Capitals. I said the Wild would win 4-3. I said Quinn Hughes would have 4+ shots on goal. That happened, but I also had to include that Eck would score a goal. He did not. So I do get the win for actually all of us. We all said the Wild would win. So good for us. And then so Trevor, you got your prediction right. Ovi, no points, and Wild to have a power play goal. So Trevor gets a point in the point category. Jack also gained a point in the point category for his Hughes point, Boldy goal, and Ovi no points. A 3-leg parlay for Jack. So that's a big win for you two. So you guys had a perfect night last night, got the win, got everything. I am the only one with a wrong answer, but you guys rocked it last night. I'll say that. So good for you guys. We'll get to our Wolves and Grizzlies predictions a bit later. But I mean, is there anything that stuck out to you about the Wild separate from Vladimir Tarasenko last night?
No, I mean, it's just fun watching like the playmaking. No surprise with Quinn Hughes and his setups and how much I mean, you can already tell it seems like Curl's more relieved, right? Because now you gotta pick your poison. Do you want to take away Hughes or do you want to take away Kaprizov? Because good luck stopping both.
You can't.
No, that was just fine. Foligno still looking for that first goal. Almost had it with the breakaway, but no, it was just fun watching Tarasenko, finally be St.
He's been so stagnant.
Especially when he just said screw it after the 2 goals and he just attacked the defender one-on-one. And then basically, just had the defense on him, and he made that great move. threw it right in the middle, and then it was year off, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Vlad had a great night after having about a couple weeks span of not really contributing in any way. He's not that powerful of a player. He's not going to hit. He needs to be scoring if he's going to be contributing. So that was nice. And I like that a few of his shots were farther out. Like the first goal 2 minutes in, that was a farther out shot. But
yeah. And if he can just be a little more, if he can get to realistic kind of expectations we had from being like a good third line scorer, that'll be a steal, because if you remember, we traded absolutely nothing. I kind of forget what it was, but maybe a compensatory seventh. Like it was practical.
It was nothing.
He tries to grind up him. So if he can get any production, when you add to all the additions, you have the Quinn Hughes addition, which is obviously recent. But yeah, I mean, every move Guerin's made, at least for like this year's current roster, it says panning out so much.
Yeah, I mean, especially the $800,000 contract that he gave Johansson.
Yeah.
Johansson's proving to be the biggest steal in maybe the entire NHL right now, having one of the best seasons of his career, being paid $800,000. So
the minimum.
Billy G really very, very good this year from Billy G. I mean, we can talk about the Hughes thing too, but the other thing, we haven't mentioned it on here, which I think is kind of funny, because Marco Rossi, right when he gets traded, he was obviously hurt for about a month or a month and a half for us. And then right when he gets traded, did I just leg out there?
You're good for my end. I got you.
You legged out. Okay. No, never mind. Yeah, but Marco Rossi, the first game that the Canucks had after getting traded, he's playing just 100%, which maybe their trainer saw some different. It's funny, but nothing very big, but it's kind of weird.
And I think LaPanta mentioned in last night's game too that it sounds like Ogre now
first goal of the season.
The next switch.
Yeah.
His entire wild career was you could barely play him, so hopefully he can get that regular playing time. No,
I know Zeev also had an assist in that first game they had. Yeah. I think it'll be a win-win for both teams for this trade. I mean, they got a good core back.
Yeah.
All right. We're good for the Wild right there. Big Wild win last night. But right now we're going to get to... We're gonna win, we're gonna score. So we are going to be going through a tier list, which is on the screen for all our visuals now. We're going to quickly, but we're going to talk about each guy a little bit if we know them more and more. We're going to know more about different guys here, but top 30 prospects, if you see here, we have 5 categories we'll be putting these guys in. We are talking about the future here and in their MLB career, if they're going to have one. So this top tier, the best tier, future all-star in the MLB. It's rare. We're not going to be putting a lot of guys up there, because you can't, for a lot of these guys, you can't see that far into the future. It's all luck, really. Long, good MLB career is the second tier. A serviceable player, which is just like he plays in the MLB. He has a decent career. He's jumping from a few teams to a few teams, just a guy that you sign for like your roster, just fill out your roster. Then the fourth tier is fringe MLB and AAA player, like a guy who can't make the jump, but he's just right around that, kind of like a Randy Dobnak. I know Dobnak had the one great year, but he's always just been flipping between the two, And then obviously the last year never makes the majors. So just a guy, a complete minor leaguer, never going to have a major league career. So pretty simple, Trev.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
Yeah. So, all right. Our first guy is our 30th ranked prospect, Danny DeAndrade. So the fielding with him, not great. He's a shortstop. He's in just, I think, low A right now. He's 17. Well, he was 17 years old when we drafted him or signed him, I forget. But he is 21 now. He's spent 4 years hitting an average of 241. Below average bat, and fielding is below average thus far. He's been in the pro ball minor leagues for 4 years. Hasn't really improved. to be completely honest. So, I mean, it's obviously one of the two bottom tiers for him.
I think bottom.
Yeah, I think this is a guy maybe not going to make the majors. Stinks for him, but that's just what we think here. So you can't get mad at us, Danny. Play better, and we'll respect you. Maybe we can do this like midway through the year next year, or like again sometime. Next one, more familiar name, Kalai Rosario. Drafted when he was 18 by the Twins. He is now 23 and still sitting at AA. Career average of 251. He has 73 home runs in his minor league career. He had 25 home runs last year, which was his career best. So it seems like he's improving with the pitches he has to swing at on his scouting report. He's swinging at better pitches. He's 23 now. He's spent 5-6 years in the minors. His defense isn't great, but it's not like not playable. He's hitting his stride, but it's taken so long. I mean, 5 or 6 years for him to actually get going. And he's not even like hitting for much contact. He strikes out a lot too.
Yeah.
If I had to say, if you agree, I'd say maybe a fringe MLB player here. Fringe MLB AAA guy.
Sure.
I feel like he'll be up on the Saints at some time, but he's been in AA for 2 full years now, and he's not making that jump. All right, next one, Enrique Jimenez, switch hitting 20-year-old catcher the Twins got back in the Chris Paddock deal in the fire sale this past season. This guy could be promising. His defense is bad right now. That's what he has to improve. He's coming off a 256 average year with 12 homers, 246 at-bats last year, and an OPS of 847. So basically 100 points above the MLB average for OPS. This was in low ball. I think it was high A Cedar Rapids for him in the time that he was with the Twins there. I mean, he was with high A for the Tigers. Do we think Jimenez could see MLB time? He's a switch hitting, promising bat.
So many years out still.
Exactly, and that's the difficult part about this.
I'm just gonna guess no.
Catchers come at a very big premium in the MLB. Like you have to have a special bat and special defense to make the MLB.
It will be interesting
right
now because like for this guy, from still being at least a couple years out, most realistically, with the whole, what do you call it? The almost certainly in the upcoming. In the next couple of years, the electronic AVS, is it?
The ABS or AVS.
I mean, that the fact that framing is going to be a lost art talent, and it's strictly just going to be pretty much. Can you
the robotic umps is what Trevor's saying right now.
And can you black pitches and have a good arm to throw runners out?
Yeah, framing is definitely going to disappear for sure.
Let's see.
I mean, we'll put him on the fringe right now. I think that's a good spot for him. Yeah. All right. Next one. This is a super interesting one. All right. Jason Reitz. I don't know. He is a 6'11" pitcher out of Oregon. We drafted him in this past draft in 2025 in the 4th round. Fastball usually is around 94, 95. It touches 97 or 98 sometimes. So imagine he would be the tallest pitcher in the MLB. And I don't know many minor leaguers that are 6'11" either way. So in a few years, he still could be if there's any other guys either way. But that guy is just a skyscraper. The fastball is basically coming down from the sky at you in the batter's box. It would be so hard to hit because it's almost like it's dropping, but it's also going 98 miles per hour, but it's straight. Super, super interesting one and probably very tough to hit. He has a separate slider and changeup to go off of it. He did have Tommy John in high school, but that's the only injury he's really had. Yeah, we're going to get to a lot of guys with a big injury past right here. But honestly, I think just because of his size, I think we could put him in the serviceable player because just with his size, if he can develop a little bit, it's such a weapon.
Yeah.
To be that tall, Do you agree with that?
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that.
He doesn't have the stuff right now to have to be a 3 or 4 on an MLB starting staff, but I think he'll find his way in the MLB strictly because of his size and what that can bring for a team. All right, next one we got is a guy we're familiar with, Ricardo Olivar, the catcher. He's been in Double-A for 2 years now, so Wichita. He's 24 years old. He's always a consistent 270, 280 hitter. His defense is not good very much at all. He doesn't have that strong of an arm. His pop time is below average. So he needs to improve that if he wants any chance in the major leagues. Like, he's already 24, though, and he's never had AAA ball. So do we think he could scratch that fringe MLB AAA tier, or?
I think you at least see him just because it's a catcher and it's so hard finding.
Yeah. So fringe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a position where, unless you have like a legit bona fide catcher,
yeah,
you're gonna kind of see what you got, especially for a rebuilding team like us.
The Twins have a surplus of like catching prospects. I mean, we have a lot of them. Obviously, Jimenez, we already, we'll get to a few others, but Olivar are there too. So surplus of them. Next one, Hendry Mendez. This is a guy we got back in the Harrison Bader trade at the deadline, coming in at 25th on our prospect pool. The 22-year-old outfielder has gotten better and better in his 5 pro ball years, which I mean, like, what I mean by that is his average and just his like normal, not really in the weeds stats. Everything's just been getting better. Last year in Double-A, he hit over 300, only striking out 65 times in 465 at bats. So his strikeout percentage is around 11%, which is far below MLB average. This is an exciting one, I think. You get him back in the Harrison Bader trade. He's a huge contact hitter, not going to hit for a lot of power, but he has some pops sometimes. He's hit homers in every year of his career. I'm actually maybe a bit more amped to put him a bit higher on this list. I think maybe a good MLB career, that's second tier. Great contact hitter. In his profile, it said he's good defensively. He has speed. He has the make. He has the make to be a good, whether it's for the Twins or someone else. And people got to remember, I think the Twins prospect pool came in second in the MLB. They have a good prospect pool. The future is bright if you can develop these guys. But are you good with this second tier? Long, good MLB career. Not going to be an all-star, just going to be an everyday player, you know?
I mean, the fact that you can put the ball in play almost every at-bat is going to go a long way.
That's stats. 65 strikeouts and 465 at-bats last year. That's a crazy good stat for him. Not Luis Arraez level, but I was going to say Jose Arraez. That would have been bad. That's because our next guy is Jose Olivares, 22-year-old. He's at Cedar Rapids right now, and he's been working on his gyro slider. It's kind of like the slower slider that's more of like a sweeper kind of a thing, you know. He has a curveball that has gotten more and more spin and drop on it. That's really what the profile said. He's gotten his velocity up, but his control is the big issue with him. So this guy, he is like, let me look it up again. So he's 22 years old. He's had he's been in pro ball for 5 years now, and he's only at Cedar Rapids. So he's only gotten up to high A ball. 22 years old. He can't hone in the control as he should be like getting at. If I had to say, I'd say never make the majors for Jose. If he gets his control figured out, his pitches are great. The RPMs, it's around MLB average for like RPM speed on the ball, on his spin and stuff, but he walks and he gets hit around way too much. All right, next one, Adrian. Do you know who this guy, Adrian Boherquez? I don't know how to say his name. I actually have never even.
Maybe.
Borquez.
I've heard of him.
I've never really heard of him. He's a 20-year-old from the Dominican. All that I saw, his stuff is great. He has a normal arsenal between a fastball, slider, changeup, and curveball. He misses a lot of bats, 28% strikeout rate. In his minor league career, teams bat 198 against him. So he's a 20-year-old, like I said, and he's in high A Cedar Rapids right now.
And then
Intriguing,
this
good
is
stuff.
was
Keep
this
going.
his first year in Pro Ball?
Let me check.
I wonder if we just
3 years. So yeah, we got him when he was 18. We signed him on January 15th, 2023. So yeah. Yeah, so last year in 71 innings, he had 85 strikeouts. Yeah, last year teams hit 202 against him. He has a whip of 1.18. Either way, like he misses bats, he strikes guys out. 20 years old, maybe someone who could work through the system kind of quick. Do you think so? I think maybe a serviceable player would be maybe a good spot for him.
that or the fringe guy, just because he really hasn't done anything yet.
Yeah, exactly. I'll put him at fringe. Yeah, that is the problem with making a tier list about prospects is like 90% of these guys you don't know what you have in them. Either way, next one, Matt Barr. This one I am very high on and very interested in. If you see in his little picture right here, you probably can't see that close, but he has kind of a Dallas Keuchel looking at the plate, like hunched over with his arm out a little bit. 19-year-old from Niagara County Community College. Twins drafted him this past draft in the 5th round. He has like elite pitches right now. So he's a righty, just needs the control adjustments. His fastball reaches 97 and sits at 95. His slider and curveball have metrics as far as like RPMs and just their spin rate. That's high above average MLB, like RPM average for these sliders and curveballs. So he has elite pitches. It's obviously the control that's the issue. That's why he would slide to the 5th round. And he played college ball at Niagara County Community College. Very small school, so he hasn't really had a chance to prove it against like an SEC school or something. But he's 19 years old. He's also 6'6", so another big pitcher. He hasn't had an injury history. I think this guy could be a guy that works himself all the way up to maybe Double-A this year. Like genuinely being 19 years old, his stuff being elite. If he has like that good of a slider and curveball that's breaking out of the zone and gets swings and misses on it and stuff, that's a formula right there. A good fastball. I really like it. And honestly, I know he's 19 and it's hard to say, but the metrics show that he should be an MLB player, whether that's in 2.5 or 3 years or 5. I want to say good MLB career because with the metrics, just going off that, you have not seen any pro ball out of him. I want to go off that and say he'll be fine. Like he should be at that level. So I'm going to put him.
Are there, so yeah.
Yeah. Good MLB career for Matt Barr. All right. Another catcher, I think. This next one. Kadeem Diao, Twins 3rd round pick in 2024. Another very intriguing name because of his athleticism. He is a catcher who hit 297 last year. Half of his season was at Fort Myers, low A ball, and then high A at Cedar Rapids last year. Super high, like efficiency with swinging the bat. He puts bat to ball. He has good bat speed, above average bat speed. He is a good size for a catcher at 6'1", so he's not like an undersized guy. He's more of just like that normal catcher build. Very athletic for a backstop. He also steals bases. He has a good arm. He has to develop his arm, but his athleticism, he doesn't let many passed balls through. He's an intriguing guy. Good behind the plate. He's a great hitter, hitting 297 last year. I forget how old he is. Let me check. He is
21.
22. Yeah, so they drafted him out of Loyola Marymount. But either way, he hit over 300 all of his college career, an OPS of 1.218. That's 500 points above the MLB average. Either way, his OPS last year, obviously with Fort Myers and Cedar Rapids, was not about 900, a couple ticks below, but he doesn't hit for a lot of power. Yeah, a very intriguing name. I would put him in serviceable.
Yeah, another fringe again. It's just
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know.
hard to see, obviously, but
Until any prospect really, I don't really even care if you're a top pick until you
yep,
get to like double A, triple A. It's so hard to
yep,
judge just because it's just a low A, high A.
exactly. And you're right. I want to put him in serviceable just because he has like the metrics behind the plate and he's a good hitter. And that's
Yes.
the first time we've really seen that in this. So, yeah, Kadeem, you're going to be an MLB player. All right, next
You've
one,
been called
James.
up, just not until 5 years.
Exactly. Next one, James Elwinger, 21-year-old third-round pick this season, 2025. Another big pitcher. I think he is like 6'5", so I mean not like huge, but he's up there.
Yeah.
Fastball mid-90s, just no control with it with the fastball. It has movement on it, but that's part of the problem. It moves inside on righties too much, and it could be a good pitch, just has to hone it in. A lot going on with his mid-80s slider because this is a very interesting guy because his slider got crushed so much that like the past like 2 years, that he is now messing around just with like a low 90s cutter because of the slider being crushed all over the place. So a guy that's kind of in a weird time right now. He can't figure out a slider. He's trying to develop a cutter. He's 21 years old. He's gonna probably start in low A Fort Myers this year. Well, I know he will, but
Yeah.
a weird one for sure. Where do you think? I mean, he has a lot of baggage right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say one on the bottom too.
I would put him on the bottom. I
Yeah.
mean, unless he shows us something this year, we have never seen him play. So, all right, here's where we get to some names that are a lot more familiar to a bunch of us. Andrew Morris, he's been a fringe guy for the Twins. He's 24 years old right now. He's coming off his worst year in the minors in AAA last year. Couldn't find swings and misses. Honestly, Andrew Morris, probably a guy you're going to see in the major leagues sometime this year, whether that be a bullpen role or maybe a spot start every now and then because of injuries. He was probably the next guy up as of last year. But yeah, like I said, last year couldn't find any swings and misses. But the thing that he has going for him is he is another coming of Zebby Matthews, where he does not walk guys. In over 90 innings last year, he only walked under 30 guys, 27 walks last year in 90 innings. Very good control. But if you're controlled, Zebby figured this out in the major leagues last year. If you're going to throw strikes, they need to be elite locations and just elite pitches with movement, because if you're going to throw strikes in the minor leagues, you can get away with it. In the major leagues, you're going to get smashed.
Yeah, they're gonna.
And Zebby, I'm super high on Zebby going into this year. This is kind of off topic, but Zebby last year learned, like, Zebby walked a ton of guys last year because he started getting crushed when he came up. And when he started the year last year, he was getting crushed left and right because he kept throwing strikes. So he had to be more careful with it. But then he started walking a ton of guys and getting into trouble that way. I think coming this year, I think Sebby's going to really hone in, like, more placement, get more swings and misses on his breaking stuff because he loves his cutter and his fastball. But either way, that's besides the point. Andrew Morris, just like him, like I said, we'll probably see him up at the Twins sometime this year. Like we've actually seen a lot of him. So right now, I'd be good putting him at like serviceable player because he doesn't have like the pitches to be like a top guy. He has a 94 mile per hour fastball and just a regular arsenal. Serviceable or maybe a good MLB career, but I'd rather put him serviceable. Yeah, Trev.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement.
Okay. Sounds good. Andrew Morris up to serviceable.
It almost
Next guy.
sounds like just the name. Like, I don't know if it's because of Jack Morris or whatever. It just sounds like a future Hall of Fame name. But anyways.
Yeah. All right, we'll put him in a future All-Star.
Yeah.
All right, next guy, very interesting one, Marco Raya. All right, last year was his first year in AAA. Didn't go well last year. He has plus stuff all over the place. His fastball, changeup, cutter. The interesting thing about him is his cutter and his sweeper go perfect together. That cutter up high away from righties, and then he can do a sweeper that has really insane movement, cutting outside, and it's hard to tell out of the hand, if it's going to be a cutter or a sweeper, if it's going to go up or if it's going to dart into the dirt. He has great stuff. Last year, walk issues, control issues, controlling that sweeper and changeup specifically. That's obviously what he's going to be like going after this offseason, is the control behind it all. But that's the thing. His stuff is really good, and he has that perfect like 1-2 cutter sweeper that I love. He's been and his fastball reaches 97, 98. It sits around 96, 95, but he can work that up too. I actually think he could have a pretty good MLB career. He has the stuff. How old is Marco? Do you know?
That's like 24, give or take.
23. Yeah, so 23. He's been in the system for 4 years, right? Yeah, 4 years. We drafted him when he was 19. Either way, he will also most likely see the Twins sometime this year. Injuries, bullpen arms. There's going to be injuries. He will probably see time this year. He's going to be one of the first guys called up.
And he is on our 40-man, right?
Yep. We protected him from the Rule 5 draft. Yeah, so I honestly, I want to lean to put him at like a good MLB career, because every other year of his like minor league career it's been good. Last year was rough, but it was his first year in AAA, getting adjusted to that. Are you good with a good MLB career? I'm high on him.
Yeah.
I'm definitely high on him. All right, next one. CJ Culpepper, the locks, the Andrew Van Ginkel type hair. He's 17th on the prospect pool. Kind of a late bloomer, coming out of Cal Baptist's rotation 3 or 4 years ago. Fastball, he tops out at 98. Other decent pitches to go with it: slider, curve, change, and cutter. So a 5-pitch arsenal. He has been very walk heavy against lefties, and the big issue with him that I read is his velocity diminishes longer into outings. Like, he can't sustain. So if there was going to be a spot for him in the MLB, it would be a bullpen guy. He's at AAA now, he ended the year in AA last year, and he absolutely dominated every level last year. So this is kind of why he jumped up on the list. I think he was ranked 27th last year. Now going into this year, he's 17th. But last year he started in rookie ball and then jumped to Fort Myers, and then he skipped Cedar Rapids and went straight to Wichita. Or actually, okay, my bad. Fort Myers was 1 game for 3 innings. It was kind of a rehab start. So then he was just on Wichita for most of the year last year.
Yeah.
Either way, he dominated 2.6 ERA, 45 strikeouts in the 54 innings. So he's not a strikeout guy, but he misses bats. Teams hit 220 against him. Like I said, if there's going to be a spot, it would be a bullpen spot for him, I think. I mean, velocity that diminishes after a couple times through the order.
That is very concerning.
Yeah. So I think serviceable would be a good spot for him. He has the good stuff right away. I mean, if he comes out of the pen throwing 98 and has a 5-pitch arsenal to go off of it, I would love that. But yeah, a bullpen spot is where he would end up slotting in at. All right, next one. It's my guy from Tennessee, Billy Amick. Amick, drafted him last year. He's 23 years old, out of Tennessee. So we've really only seen like a half a season of pro ball out of him. He was supposed to go the earlier draft, but he stayed at Tennessee and ended up winning the national championship with them. So he stayed an extra year. That's why he's 23 coming out of college. So it's already a bit old, but last year in his half season, he did bat 307. He's known for his pop. He's a good contact bat. His defense is basically just decent. It's just average. He makes plays, but he also makes errors. And right now he's at third base, and he can kind of, in the future, if he were to work his way up to the Twins, it would be like he could go all over the diamond. Either way, Twins 2024 second round. So he's a second round pick too. Which you want your early draft picks to turn out for sure. The only issue with him, I'd say, is he has a little bit more chase than what they wanted last year. He makes contact. He hit 307, but a little bit more chase than they would have wanted. And he also worked his way up very quick to Cedar Rapids High A. He started in rookie ball like most guys do. Worked his way up to Fort Myers for a few games, and then Cedar Rapids for basically the entire last bit of last season. If I had to say right now, I'd probably say fringe, maybe serviceable, but I'd say fringe right now until we see more out of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And obviously the expectations are there too with him being an early second rounder too. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next one, another interesting one. I mean, there's really only interesting ones from this point on. Charlie Soto, 34th overall pick in 2023, so another second rounder. All right, actually, it's like that bonus first round thing. It's like those, you know what I'm talking about? Where never mind. 34th overall pick. He's always been around 10 on this prospect list for the Twins in the first couple of years here. He came in pumping 100 on his fastball. He has taken some off of it for control standards. So he usually sits at around 96 now with his four-seamer. He's added a completely disgusting moving two-seamer that goes about 94 miles per hour and drops in on righties, obviously. He has also a nasty gyro slider, so more of a sweeper type thing. Usually a decent strike thrower, but the big thing is he needs to stay healthy. Last year, he was basically hurt for the whole season. And this is a guy right when we drafted him. I know Trevor and I talked about it 2-3 years ago. Super intriguing. A guy that a flamethrower. We drafted him when he was 18. So obviously he's only 20 now, I think, right? He's 20. Yeah, he is 20. Yeah. It's a guy that's going to strike a lot of guys out, but he needs to stay healthy. And this one would be a big one. If he can stay healthy, I want he has the make to be a bullpen arm. He's not going to be a starter. He's going to be a bullpen guy. The farther up he works, I think he has great stuff. The health factors, obviously, it sucks. I would put him probably at serviceable right now.
Yeah, I'm cool
because I think he'll be an MLB arm. He has time here. He's 20 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe a good MLB career, but I need to see a full healthy season out of him first, for sure. All right, next one is another. So Ryan Gallagher, we got him in the Willie Castro trade to the Cubs. Okay, he is 22 years old. He is a righty pitcher. He ended the year last year in Wichita. This was his first pro ball season. Last year, he worked from high A in the Cubs organization to their Knoxville team, their Double-A team. But then he got traded. He ended up not having a great end to his year. He actually got hit around pretty hard when he got to Wichita after the trade. His stuff, though, this is what I got on. Great control. So so this is really big. 121 innings last year. He had 30 walks. A very rare super control guy.
Yeah.
Very rare. Yeah.
How hard does he throw again?
So I'll get to that. I don't have it actually here. Great. So his fastball tops out at 95. It's usually at about 92, 93. But if you're placing it well, if you place it well, it doesn't matter. But the thing he has going off of it, an upper 70s changeup. So he goes 93 mile per hour fastball and then a 78 mile per hour changeup that darts way down. Low 80s slider and an upper 70s curveball. So more, it honestly screams like a 2010 or 2012 pitcher. Just a good 4-pitch mix where it's just the normal, you know what I mean? But
nothing about throwing 198.9.
Yeah. He's going to place pitches well. I mean, 121 innings pitched last year and 30 walks in the minors that's a heck of an achievement right there. He's not going to strike out a ton of guys. He's 22 years old. He's in Double-A. I'm assuming he'll get Triple-A time this year, but he's definitely going to be an MLB arm this year with his, not this year, but in the future. Maybe this year, but with his control that he has, definitely an MLB arm. You can decide between good career or just a serviceable guy.
I'd probably just do serviceable because he did struggle with getting hit around. So,
yeah, his ERA when he went to Wichita last year, it was a decent sample size, 38 innings, 37.2, 5.5 ERA. Teams hit 301 against him last year. He only struck out 37 in those. 37 innings he pitched. So yeah, we'll do serviceable for him. But
Right.
last year was also, like I said, his first year in pro ball. So he's only really going to improve, hopefully. All right, next guy. I think it's Brandon Winokur. Yeah, Brandon Winokur. All right. 21-year-old, 6'6", big frame, big hitter, outfield, shortstop mix. He's a shortstop, but they play him in the outfield sometimes too. Like I said, this guy, very interesting one. 2023 third round pick. He is going to strike out a lot. Okay, that's just how he works. That's his game. But he also hits bombs. Big frame, a lot of power. His strikeout to walk rate was 115 to 36 ratio. So he doesn't pull a lot of walks, strikes out a lot. But he's also maybe like the best athlete in the system. He stole over 25 bases in the last 2 years, both of the last 2 years. So 2 good like running years for him. But I mean, the strikeout issues are there every year, and it hasn't really changed at all. Maybe a fringe. I'd just put him at fringe right now. He's gonna hit homers, so he's not just gonna. I think he'll see major league time sometime, but I don't think he'll really ever be a contributor if he can't like limit the strikeouts.
Yeah, if you're not playing the bomb play, I mean, we've seen how it's gone with Gallo, Wallner.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, and he is. I mean, it would be nice because he's a righty. If you can get a power hitting righty outfielder to go along with Buck, like our surplus of lefty outfielders we keep talking about. But either way, fringe. Next one, interesting one here. We got Quentin Young. All right, Quentin, 2025 second rounder, so still new, 18 years old, no pro ball experience except his like last half of the year after he gets drafted here. The shortstop is worthy of hitting bombs, and the bat speed he has is above average for MLB standards. But he does swing and miss, and he swings at moving pitches outside of the zone a lot. So it's a concern.
Yeah.
He's going to start next year in Fort Myers, so he's going to have to work his way up. He's 18 years old, so I mean, it's just a guy who. It's going to be a slow roller here. Like he only 17 at bats last year in Fort Myers for.
Yeah, I would say for this guy, I mean, there's pretty much nothing
on him. Yeah,
he was an early pick, so you can probably bump him up one to the fringe AAA.
Yeah, I don't want to put him in the never makes because we've never seen anything out of him.
But yeah, I mean, if you're going second round too, I mean that's very early for.
Yep.
MLB draft, so yeah,
there's so many players that go, and so if you go in the second round, you have to perform a little bit. Next one, Kyle DeBarge. I don't have a lot on DeBarge. He's great defensively at shortstop or second base, moves around there. He's a 230 hitter, nothing special at the plate, doesn't hit for contact, no power with him. He had 66 stolen bases last year though, so. Speedy guy, just he can't perform at the plate for the most part. He strikes out. He's not like a sizable guy. He's 5'9", I think like 170. So it's just we drafted him last year in 2024. Not a lot on him. He's just a speed guy. Really, that's the only thing about him. Not a good bat, good defense, but I don't know. It's a weird one for sure. Definitely a weird one.
Yeah, I mean.
But there is a reason why he's ranked 11th on our prospect pool because if he can get his bat figured out, he's only had the 1 full year of major league experience. So maybe he gets his bat to hit for more contact, but
I don't know. I would just go fringe MLB until you figure it out. It's hard to.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. All right. Next one I'm excited about. Riley Quick, another 2025 draft pick. Super bright future out of this guy. Out of Alabama last year. He's 21 years old. He's another big pitcher. He's 6'6", so he's coming down on you from the mound. Just like all the players say in interviews, hitting against Bailey Ober, where it just feels like the ball's falling from the sky at 92 miles per hour for him. But Riley Quick consistently at 97, 98 miles per hour for his sinker, and his sinker has a ton of movement on it. Right around MLB average for spin rate for a sinker. Slider with a ton of movement too. A very big sweeping slider. Solid mid 80s changeup. He has just a 3-pitch mix, but right now, I am very excited about Riley Quick. He has great pitches. He dominated in college for Alabama. He was their #1 guy. His control has seemed decent throughout his entire college career, but his pitches move so much, so it's very hard to tell because he's like a Justin Topa in the way that he's going to have pitches like just darting everywhere, but he throws a lot harder. Like his slider is around 87, 88 miles per hour. So really good stuff. And throughout his college career, he placed it well. I don't know if that's going to translate. He might get hit around here if he tries placing it too well inside the zone and keeps throwing strikes, but strike thrower, really good pitches, a lot of movement. I'm very excited about Riley Quick, a draft pick this last season. And like, here's the thing. I'm going to put him either serviceable or good MLB career, but again, it's tough to say. I want to put him good MLB career because, I mean, we need to put some guys up there based on how, just like prediction, how we think he'll play, you know, and with his pitches, it's a 3-pitch mix. He doesn't have to rely on a bunch of other pitches. He's going to throw 4% of the time. I like him a lot, reading up on him. And another thing I saw that guys were very honed in on is he's such a calm, cool, like collected guy. He's not going to just he can get fired up sometimes, but he's not going to just, I don't know, just
the pressure doesn't get to him almost.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. I think we can put him there.
Yeah, I'm very high on him. I'm excited to watch him play this year. He'll probably start at low A Fort Myers. I hope he works his way up to about AA this year. And then probably AAA next year, hopefully, and then maybe the year after that, MLB time. All right, next one of the only reliable lefties in our system, Connor Prelip. Okay, he was on AAA last year, coming off a productive year. He has the right stuff for sure as a lefty. 95 to 96 mile per hour fastball. His slider missed bats at a 56% clip. Okay, so he misses a ton of bats with his slider, a lot on lefties, but his slider for righties can go back foot, and it's a great pitch against righties too. But his changeup is also gross, mid 80s, but that is a 62% whiff rate. So 2 pitches, his fastball being 95, 96 too. He can rely on that if he needs to, but his 2 pitches are a slider and changeup, and he gets so many swings and misses on those. The bad thing, injury history, which just keeps derailing these most exciting guys, Charlie Soto, Connor Prelip, Emmanuel Rodriguez, who we'll get to here. But right now, he has the great stuff. He finds swings and misses. I want to say good MLB career because I'm very excited to especially watch him this year. He's 24, so he needs to make the jump now. Last year, he had a full year in AAA last year, so another guy I think we'll see in the MLB this year at some point. But I think he could have a good MLB career. There we go. All right. Next one, Gabriel Gonzalez. All right. All of these guys are really intriguing now, and guys that I'm really excited to watch because last year, Gabriel Gonzalez won Minor League Player of the Year for the Twins. He was obviously the main piece in the Jorge Polanco trade 2 years ago, along with Justin Topa and throw-in. Coming off of that year last year, he worked his way up from high A Cedar Rapids to dominating in AAA for the Saints last year. He had basically the same amount of time into each one. Well, let me look here. I think about 150 at-bats in each one. So at-bats in Cedar Rapids last year, he had 138. He hit 319. In AA, he had 212 at-bats. He hit 344. And then he comes up to AAA, has 133 at-bats, and hits 316. He dominated everywhere. He hit for power last year. So he slashed 329 as a total, 395, and then 513. OPS of 908, 200 points above MLB average. He hit 15 home runs last year. But the key stat here, in over 470 at-bats, 80 strikeouts. Does not strike out. And he also walks so his strikeout to walk ratio, 80 to 48. Walks almost, at a similar clip to the way he strikes out. He's 21 years old, Twins fans. This is a guy I think you have to get excited about because he's been in the minors for 5 years now. His averages throughout those 5 years in Dominican rookie ball, 287, and then his first year on low A for the Mariners, he hit 321, 298 the next year where he got to high A, and then last year was the Twins rookie ball, and then Cedar Rapids, he had a down year, and so we were kind of sad about that trade for a while, but he's really, because he hit 255 and 24, but last year got back to what he does. Very exciting guy. I mean, doesn't strike out. The defense too, I should get to that too. Maybe the weaker point of him, but he still can play a corner outfield. He's slotted to play a corner outfield spot and be good with it. I am super excited about it. I'm so excited to see him play this year. He will also maybe get time this year, depending on injuries and stuff in the MLB. But if not, he'll have a full year in AAA this next year. I think at the very least MLB career. I mean, for any of these guys, it would be a stretch to say like the all-star level. But if there's one guy that can hit his way to an all-star appearance, he's 21 years old and he's doing this in AAA and stuff. Yeah. So I think, you know what? I think we put him in the all-star tier.
Let's do it.
I think so.
Yeah, he's doing this at a very young age. He's many years away from his prime.
Yeah.
He's already showing much of that promise.
And my favorite thing about it, he doesn't strike out with it. He hit 15 home runs last year. He only had 80 strikeouts and almost 500 at bats. I mean, that is awesome. Just awesome. All right. Next one, a 19-year-old Dason Hill. A dude I'm so excited about too. Last year, super good year. I think it was just basically all Fort Myers and Cedar Rapids. He worked his way up to Cedar Rapids. Hard throwing lefty pitcher. This is we have 3 lefty pitchers in our top 10 prospects. So the lefties are coming up, Twins fans. Don't worry. But yeah, Dason Hill, one of the most intriguing guys, 19 years old. Lefty, his fastball sits at 95. His sweeper is maybe one of the most perfected pitches in the system. It is so deadly for like a right foot drop on righties, and then his lefties swing and miss all the time. He has over a 50% whiff rate against lefties on that sweeper. Basically unhittable, this pitch is for him, for righties and lefties. He's also another bigger pitcher, a 6'5" lefty, also has a curveball and an average changeup. A lot of time, I think you could see him in the next couple of years. He's going to work his way up fast if he did what he did last year. Really good lefty, a perfect pitch, like a very good MLB pitch, even like the spin rate, RPMs, all above MLB average for that sweeper he has. And then he relies on the fastball up. He's great at putting the fastball high in the zone. I think good MLB career here for Dason Hill. He's young, but
I was going to say short sample size. He's young, but
very, very intriguing.
Showing.
Yeah. All right. Next one, our first round pick from this last year, Merrick Houston, a shortstop. He ended up getting some time in Cedar Rapids this past season. He didn't do well at all. He has decent speed, so he'll steal a few bases, but most of that speed is good for his defense. I mean, he can't steal bases. He's not a great runner around the base. It's weird. Good speed, but it said he's not good on the base path as much for running, but his speed is used for his defense. Maybe more of like the jump, or like he has good reaction time for that kind of speed. But you could see 10 homers out of the year for him, but he's all contact for now. No homers in his time last year. It's a I'd say serviceable, or I maybe even fringe right now, but I'd say serviceable just because he is your first round pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, very contact heavy guy. All right. Very key one here for the Twins. Definitely going to see time in the MLB this year, I'd say. Kendry Rojas, who the Twins got back for Louis Varland, which Trevor and I are still mad about, obviously. Main part in that trade, he's the 23-year-old Cuban lefty. Ton of promise. Another guy with an injury-riddled past, though. Okay. Fastball touches 97, sits around 95, 96. Okay. A slider and a changeup around 86 for each of those. Ton of movement on them, though. He will, like I said, most likely see time with the Twins this year. But the thing with him, he needs to put together a full season. And he also needs to work on his schedule in between starts, because Another thing with him that I saw in his scouting report, he hasn't taken seriously the work in between each start, between bullpen sessions and other stuff. So he comes unprepared sometimes, which is concerning. But he has elite stuff. His fastball, elite when it rides up into the zone. His slider darts away from lefties, just like any other major, just like a Josh Hader like slider. Great stuff, but it's hard to say. It's hard to say because injuries, he doesn't prepare like he should.
I think safe bet we put him at serviceable and see what happens.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I agree with that. As much as I would want to put him at a good MLB career, I need to see more because he also got hit around a little bit last year after the trade happened and stuff. But anyway, it's a very intriguing name. All right, next one, fourth, Emmanuel Rodriguez. Another injury after injury for Emmanuel. He honestly, his estimated time of arrival was last year, but injuries really crapped that one up too. Over the past couple of years, he's 22 years old, another lefty outfielder. Like I said, experiencing super weird minor league career. He came in as a top 100 prospect for the Twins, and the injuries have really derailed that part of his repertoire already. Just like Byron Buxton with the injuries, he has yet to play 100 games in a season. So it's really bad. It sucks because he hits for a lot of power, big power hitter, kind of like Buck. He's going to strike out a lot. His strikeout percentage is over 30%, but his walk percentage has gotten way up there now too. He's drawing a lot of walks along with hitting bombs. And also last year, I think in the time that he did get, I think his average got up there too. Yeah, so his average the last 2 years, 2024 over 4 teams he was on, but mostly AAA and AA, hit 280 last year, was 270. So if you're going to hit 270 and 280 with power, good enough for me. But come on, Emmanuel, stay on the field. Like that's what we have to see from him here. He still only is 22. It's not like he's like 25. He still has time, but the injuries are such a concern because it's for him.
That young age.
Yeah, it's always happening for him. I want to say good MLB career because he has the talent to do it.
I would say serviceable because if you're going to be hurt and
not
reliable and
I mean, like I said, he was supposed to be up last year, but this is really derailing a lot of stuff for him. All right, next one, third prospect in the Twins system, Eduardo Tate, the catcher that we got back in the Joan Duran trade. All right, Phillies signed him straight out of Panama. He is 19 years old now, lefty bat. He is usually around a 290 hitter. Last year being around 250 when he got called up to Cedar Rapids. He hit 14 home runs last year, though. So a catcher with power, and he's also hitting for contact in his career so far. My big thing, his strikeout percentage is under 20%, which is way below MLB average. Well, not way below, but it's below. Strikeout percentage under 20%. He has improved his defense every year. He has a really good arm. His pop time, not great. He lets a few balls pass, maybe more than other guys, but his arm is really good. He can catch guys stealing. He's also, just a good size to him too, I'm pretty sure. If I'm remembering correctly, I think he's just 6 foot, like 180. Just a good catcher build. He has a strong arm, fast arm. I'm excited about Eduardo. He's 19. Right now, not a lot to go off of, obviously, but I'd say serviceable right now.
I agree, just because it's so young, it's so early.
Yeah. But yeah, there's that reason why he's your third overall catcher, so or third overall prospect. All right, next two guys, everyone knows these guys. Last year, our first round draft pick, Kalen Culpepper. This guy is just perfecting everywhere in his game right now. Okay. Right now he's 22 years old. Yeah. 22 years old. He got up to AA last year and had most of his year in Wichita. Last year he slashed 289, 375, 469 with an OPS of 844, 100 above MLB average. He had 454 at bats last year. He had 20 homers, a strikeout to walk ratio of 90 to 50. So again, below average strikeout rate. Only had 90 in the 454 at bats. He has a compact, fast, hard swing that he puts bat to ball. It finds areas. He hits for power. He hits for contact. But the best thing is his defense is just as good. He's a great defensive shortstop. As for like major league time, the scouts don't think he could play an everyday shortstop. They think more of a third base. They think he could win a Gold Glove at third base or second base for a team. Either way, he's going to get a lot of time in AAA this year. Very intriguing guy. Kalen Culpepper, I'm super high on, especially after last year. He was easily the main reason why Kansas State went so far in the MLB World or the College World Series tournament. Last year before he got drafted. Very good player all around. Like I said, everything is going well for him, defense and hitting. I don't know if it's enough to say an all-star bid, but he's going to have a good MLB career, undoubtedly. So put him there. Or do you want to put him all-star because he has the game to do it? But
no, I think right now MLB career.
I agree for that. I agree. All right, and then everyone knows him. Our number one prospect, Walker Jenkins, another guy. A lot of injuries so far, which sucks. Obviously, he was our 5th overall pick in 2023. So he's flexible with his defensive positioning in the outfield. He can play center. They prefer him to be right or left field right now, but he can play center. He has the speed. He has a great arm for defensive purposes. So he dominated in his 52 games in AA before he got called up to AAA last year, where he only played 23 games because of his quad and hamstring injury he was nursing last year. And the thing that Royce Lewis keeps proving to us, the hamstring, those muscle issues, the more you injure them, the more unstable they're going to get. So this is not cool. Seeing Walker Jenkins deal with a hamstring injury this early in his career. But either way, he dominated for all the time that he was in AA and AAA last year. He's 20 years old, another lefty outfield bat, so whatever. But he hit 286, 399, and 451 last year, OPS of 850. Hit 10 home runs last year. But then again, he only had 300 at bats, so it was still a good year. He only struck out 76 times. So he's more contact. We all know that. He's going to hit for contact. He's going to hit a few homers in there too. But I mean, it is a guy that you should be excited for. He's going to have a good MLB career. He's 20 years old, and there's a chance we see him this year with injuries. There's definitely a chance we see him on the Twins this year. I think a good slot for him would be MLB, good MLB career. Just with the injuries, I don't want to put him at the All-Star right now. But I think definitely long, good MLB career for him. There we go, people. I actually really like this. It's kind of even. I think we did a good job on that. That was fun, actually. That was really fun. All right. So we can limit this a little bit longer tonight, we're going to switch over to a little bit of Timberwolves talk. All right. T-Wolves are at home to play the Memphis Grizzlies. Obviously, everything going around with Ja Morant. A lot of talk there. Anthony Edwards is back for the Wolves tonight after missing 2 games, right? 2 or 3, either way.
Yeah.
Memphis is riddled with injuries down the board. I know Zach Edey's out tonight, Cam Spencer for him, Scottie Pippen Jr. They have a lot of guys injured, but they still have. And Ja Morant, he is injured, but is he playing tonight or no?
I think he's questionable, so we'll probably know later tonight.
So, yeah, iffy for Wednesday, but that's the latest report. It says iffy for Wednesday.
Iffy.
Yeah. They still have Jaren Jackson Jr., JJJ. They got GG Jackson, Contavious Caldwell Pope, who's been a vet in the league for a while. Either way, Memphis coming in at 12-14. Not a great team overall. Ja wants out for all we know. Teams are making trade. We had the Yahoo's Nathaniel. He made a mock trade that the Wolves could ask for them that we covered yesterday. But Ja might most likely will be traded. This team's not great. I think Anthony Edwards coming back really going to give the boost. And Anthony being out too kind of gave room for Julius Randle to really come out of his shell, because last 5 games now, Julius has had over 20 points, playing a lot better ball. I don't know. The Wolves are healthy right now for basically everything, or basically everyone, but I don't know. It's a game. The Wolves, I keep saying it all year, they definitely should win it. They usually don't come to play against it, but Trev, any other thoughts?
No, I mean, you pretty much nailed it on the head. Grizzlies are hurt with injuries, so you should be able to capitalize here. Just do your thing, get the win. Should help a lot, really, getting Ant back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I am confident going into this one,
It should definitely.
even with the prior history of not great performances this year.
Yeah. Yeah, if they don't show up tonight, I'm going to really question Finch's ability to get his team ready. I do think tonight's you kind of see it in sports sometimes. Guys are on the trade block or in rumors and stuff, and then they keep losing a bunch of games and prove that they want to be traded. I think tonight's because the Wolves have been in trade talks or rumors with the Grizzlies about Ja Morant. Tonight, I feel like it's going to be a game where the Wolves just take it to the Grizzlies, prove that Ja Morant needs out, and Ja is just going to say, yeah, this is a mess. I need to go to that team that just beat us by 30 points or something like that. But either way, yeah, we'll get to our predictions right away here. Yeah, Trevor, what is your prediction for tonight? Wolves win or lose?
Wolves winning. They're going to just squeeze by. Wolves 126, Grizzlies 123.
Okay.
And then for my prediction, nothing crazy, just a good all-around game for McDaniels. Obviously, he'll play well on defense. I have him scoring 18 or more points and securing 5 or more rebounds.
I honestly, like, Jaden has been an off and on scorer. If you want to get rid of the rebounds, I'll just let you have the points if you want. For the prediction.
Nah, that's not fun.
Okay, so 5 rebounds?
Yeah, 5 or more.
5 plus rebounds. All right. Yeah, my prediction kind of similar. I think I said I have the feeling that they'll kind of blow them out. I don't think that though. I got the Wolves winning 120 to 110, kind of pulling away at the end with some free throws. I'm just going very simple here. I think Ant is going to have 32 or more points. So a very good game from him, first game back. It's up to you. Do I need to add more to that? I think 32 points is pretty.
What's his average of the year? Because I
average is 28 right now. His average is 28.7.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
You know what? I'll add 2 rebounds for him now. Yeah, is that fine then?
And then he'll pick up a technical, and then that's fine.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, either way, I'm sitting at 14-15 now. Trevor's at 10-4. Jack's at 7-6. Jack and I are tied 3-3 points. Trevor's got 2. Points category coming down to the wire. If one of us were to get the score right tonight, we'd get 5 points in that point category. Trevor and I have both been very close on one of them. Trevor was off by 1 point on each team one game. That sucks. Record wise, I need to pick it up. Maybe I can get back to 500 tonight. Trevor's kind of cruising in that category. Either way, yeah, that was a great episode. That was fun. We'll have to do more tier lists. You guys comment in down below if you like the tier list. We could do stuff for the NFL. I don't know, college football, the draft, guys that we would like the Vikings to look after. Anything to do tiers. It's fun. So either way, leave a comment, leave a question. We got another listener GM question for tomorrow. And other than that, just go subscribe, follow the Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, and YouTube. But for TCST, Twin City Sports Talk, Bruce Kramer, Trevor Kramer, we'll see you guys again soon.